How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will, and today we're getting played with a little bit of nature. At least nature climate is the module I've got set up. Whether or not I play 2 games or 1 game, who knows? But I did play nature on the channel. I played 2 games. I played base nature, and then I played nature with, what did I play? Arctic and natural disasters. And that was a natural disaster? I can't say that. But we are going to play solo up against the climate module. The climate module adds a bunch of things, so we'll go through the rule book real quickly to go over those things. One, so I can refresh it in my head again, because every module kind of, it just changes. It changes just enough to get you confused, is my opinion. And the more modules you add, the more confusing it gets. So as you can see, we are set up here with the climate module. So the main thing you'll notice is that the little feeding areas are now this big board. I believe it's overkill in my opinion, to be honest. But I guess if you wanted, you could put all your cards up here as well. That way it takes up less room. But there is, the main thing is this track up here at the top. And again, I don't think it needs to be that big, but it is. As we play, we're going to be rolling these 2 dice on each turn. So very similar to what we did with like natural disasters and Tundra. There were dice that manipulated the game and made things happen. As we roll those dice, this is either going to move to the warmer or the colder side, and then we're going to need to make sure that our animals are evolved, very similar to the Tundra, to combat that type of thing. So for example, here, if we get over here to the warm side, we need to have at least 2 suns on our animal to save them. Population counts as 1. And then same thing, cold, as we go, we will need more cold. So that can go left and right. And that is one big thing. The second thing, of course, is the amount of food that is available is not based on flipping a card. I think in my first playthrough, I forgot to flip cards sometimes. But you normally flip a card. There's an icon and a number on the bottom that says how much times the number of players. In this case, it will always be on the board times the number of players. So that makes that a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner. The next thing is that it? Let's just double check. Preparation, roll the dice. Climate track has 3 rows. We just talked about that. Adapting phase. Oh, the maximum number of species or traits we can have is now 4 instead of 3. I guess to accommodate and to help with that extra. For example, you need 12 there to survive there. The next thing is extinction. When a species goes extinct, normally you would be able to take its size and add that to your new animal that's coming in. Instead, the size does not carry over. You get to draw basically a free card is what you get to do instead. So that's kind of how it adapts, right? So the number of the snow or sun protection sides is shown in the table on the right. Is this in the player aid? Please tell me you're in the player aid, Yeah, there we go. That's on the back. So a size 1 gives you 1 cold, 4 sun, a 2 size gives you 2 and 3, a 3 gives you 3 and 2, and a 4 gives you 5 and 1. So it's just like in the Tundra expansion. If you cannot survive the cold, you will be out of the game. This can be combined with the Tundra and with the desert. The difference is you will be starting in those particular locations already. So you'll either be starting in 7 snow, which is frigid, or 7 sun, which is hot. Just means you're already starting off on a bad foot. Resolving, feeding, the solo rules. So Rani, the main difference here is normally on a game, she will switch between her 2 modes based on the round. In this particular case, she will switch back and forth based on where the marker is on the track. So if it is on cold, frigid, or ice, so basically any of the blues, she'll be on the blue side, which is easy to remember. If it is warm, hot, or scorching, which is those 3, she will switch to the purple side. Right now we're on purple because that's the default for round 1 anyways. And then when Rainy gets a new species, if she's in scorching, hot or scorching, she must decrease the size of all of her species 1 each. So she'll be decreasing her species size. Yeah, adding traits, draw cards until you find the required traits, put the cards and required traits in the discard pile. I'm going to tell you, to get to defensive herder, I went through the entire deck. So I just put the deck back because I don't want to play that way. That's just very annoying that you got to keep discarding them to find it. I'm just going to find the card and attach it to it. It's just easier. How that impacts balance, I don't know. Really don't care. Because it's just annoying to keep discarding cards to find the one that you need. When drawing cards on step 3, so same as when we did Tundra, she gets a certain amount of each type of card. So she has 3 of the nature, or 2 of the nature, and 3 of the particular module, because we're only playing with 1 module. If we played 2 modules, she would get 2 of each, and 2 from nature. 3 plus, she gets 1 from each, and then 2 from nature. And we're playing on mouse again because I need a refresher, so we're playing on mouse. Adapting phase. So, trying to see if was this different. She doesn't get the additional trait slot, so she only gets 3. When she increases size, it also increases her population. So if she increases the species from 1 to 3, they'll also increase its population and add 2. Okay. The hunter, even at max capacity, would get a... I'm not sure what that trait card is. It's got an icon. It's like a snake. It's like a, I don't know what that symbol is. Well, I guess we'll see if she ever gets that trait. But basically, she has to discard all of her... Oh, here you go. Plated. Okay, so it must be the plated. I don't know why they have it that way. But it's the plated, the armadillo. So if she gets the armadillo, she basically loses all of her hunter traits and then flips over from being a hunter. There's a card called Thermogenesis. It basically does the exact same thing. It makes her flip her card. Feeding phase. Same as before. She won't want to make her stuff get extinct. She just loses size. Rainy species. She doesn't draw the card that I draw when the species goes extinct. She does not use She does not lose population due to the climate. Rainy will always add food she eats to underground. Okay, so the climate doesn't impact her. Okay. I guess that's why they have her decrease and increase with the hot and scorching. That doesn't seem fair. She'll always add food she eats to underground hoarding when able, which is right here. So she started out with that just because that was a card I drew. And then unless the species has no hungry population and she can feed a hungry population with another species. Rainy will move stored food from underground hoard instead of having one of its population starve. Rainy discards a card to add food to the watering hole to feed a species. with seasonal migration. Do not add food to the watering hole, and use the seasonal migration effect as well. That one basically says that she'll eat from the supply, if I remember correctly. Rainy will not have her species switch sides or discard traits after her population is killed. Oh. That seems confusing. Because they can still go extinct. Yeah. I'm guessing it says for scoring, but I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that being a thing in the base game. So, we will, I guess, start off, and the chances of me rolling like a 1, not happening. Not happening. All right. And we took out our tiger. So we're going to go 3 to the sun. 1, 2, 3. So we are sunny, which means now to survive. Hang on. Preparations. Start to play Rose Bowl. Oh, hang on. We add the food now. Okay. I added the food too early. It's going to be 10 food. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 10 food. All right. Adapting phase. Each species may have an additional trait, 4 traits max, and feeding phase. All right, so we did the preparation, drew our 5 cards. I kind of already did that. So I'm going to do our action first. Pass can only be hunted by a species with as many fast traits, but we need the sun. We have to have the sun. We need 4 sun. Right now we have 1, so this would give us 2 more. So we're going to go ahead and add that to... I don't know how I'm going to be doing this. I'll figure this out as we go. I had the same problem last time. I'm zoomed out more this time. I don't know if that helps or not. All right. So we are doing seasonal migration. All right. And then she is going to plant. This one has plant first. Oh, sorry. We're in warm, so she should be using her... Yeah, she's using her red side. So plant. It is the surrounded icon, which means that she... Is that population? This was the one thing I disliked about the solo, is it didn't have a player aid for solo. So, like, to know what these icons do, you got to go back to the solo manual to see what the icons do. There you go. D-shape, discard the card. And increase the size. All right. Yeah. All right, back to me. So do I want to get... I need to get a second... I think I need to get a second one out here. Problem is I got to be able to keep them both. All right, so thermogenesis. They store 1 food on this trait to get 4 or 4 of either the 2 climates. Discard the food during scoring. That's actually pretty good. Guaranteed to survive then. So I need 5. No, I need 4. I need 4. Right now I'm at 3. That's the only way for me to get 4. Well, or increasing my population. When hunted, kills the other species of the hunter equal to its species size. Can't be hunted by a species with a lower population. All right, I think I want to do fast. I think I want to protect that one. All right, so we have a pelican, which is this one. So opportunistic. So opportunistic. After any of your species forages or hunts, it eats 2 meat If there's still... Oh, it eats meat even if they're still in the watering hole. All right. Let's discard this to... What am I gonna do? I think I need to increase my... need to increase my size. So now I'm a size 2. Have 2 there. I'm good with that. Yeah. I think that's the best thing. All right. So now she's getting into the expansion cards. It is another Pelican. She can't do it on here. She can do it on here. So these are both maxed out now. So seasonal migration. Once per round when foraging, may discard 1 card to forage twice from the supply. All right. So I can forage for 2. So the best bet would be to get a... I want the defense. I want the thermogenesis. I think I want the thermogenesis. So we're going to discard that. Get us another population. It is the gear symbol, which is this. She can't use it, so she's just going to hang on to that. This one doesn't have a gear symbol. I'm going to go ahead and add my thermogenesis, so I can get that up and running. Really, the only reason I need thermogenesis is if it goes way into like the scorching age or something. You're really the only reason. All right, we have another Pelican. Can't do it in either one of these cards. So that goes there. All right. So we have done our adapting phase. Right. This is all supposed to be face down. I wonder if maybe I'm missing that. Maybe I was supposed to do all my turns. I do all their turns. I forget. No, I really forget that. Because it's supposed to be like face down. You're not supposed to know what the other people are doing. Play cards. Play with snow level first player. Take their turn. Each card in your hand can be used for these. On your turn, play cards. I'll play as many cards as you want. Okay, so I just do all my actions, and then she does all her actions. Back and forth is fine with me too. I'm not really looking at what she's doing. I should be. All right, so now we're going to go to the forage. Now this one I know we go back and forth. So we can forage with 1 hungry species. We do have a hungry species. We can forage for 2, because our size is 2. That is enough to feed both of ours. When foraging, I may discard a card to forage twice. I don't need to do that. I may store 1 food on this trait to get 4. I don't need to do that this turn either. So the other option I could have done was to put 1 here, right? And then I could forage again to feed that one. It really doesn't matter. And then forage. This one's going to forage 1, because that's all it's got. And this one's going to forage. It comes back to me. I can't forage. It comes back over here. I'm going to forage for 2. But it's only going to take 1 because I can't do anything else. Yep. All right. Starvation. Nobody starves. Oh, hang on. At the end of the feeding phase, each species loses equal to the climate level. Yeah, so we're good. We have 2, 4 climate levels of 4, so we don't lose any of ours. And it says that they don't lose any for the climate anyways. So, all right, so that's that. So now we score. So place our score. All right. And I draw 5 and she draws 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to do the same. And check these. So we will shuffle those up to make them random. I didn't random them last time. I probably should have. All right. So. All right. We both get a new species. Well, that's. Well, where's it at? There we go. So I get a new species with a population of 1. And then she gets a new species with a population of 1. Which means I do need to draw another card for her. Sammy, add the seasonal migration and horned traits, which is pretty much what Winifred did. So, horned is in this one, I think. Yep, horned. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going discard hunting. It's just, I'm not doing it. So I'm going to find the card and attach it. Seasonal is in this one. It's the caribou. See, this is why I said I don't want to do the discard, because like we currently would have probably, well, no, actually probably are closer to the top than the bottom now, but sometimes it's like the last card, sometimes it's the first card, sometimes it's none of the cards at all. I guess the assumption is if you look at the deck, then you're going to know what's in there. But I no way I remember what I just looked at. No way. All right. Then we roll. So 2 more towards the sun. All right. So we did hit hot. So she's going to stay over here. But whenever we hit hot, she will... Hot or scorching, she gets -1 size. I don't know if that impacts. I don't know if that. I don't think you can't go below 1, so I guess it stays at 1. It just goes down to 1. That's my assumption. All right, so we are on round 2. So solo is only 4 rounds. There's going to be 6 more. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. A lot of food, unfortunately. Not really the best thing. All right, so here, as long as we forage, we're going to be able to. We have 2, 4, and then 8. So we have plenty here. We need to get these guys. Right now, we're good because it's only 1. No. We still have to get up to 7. Yeah, because everyone not 7, we lose. All right. Oh, we got the other 2 seasonal migrations. Yeah, so I think we definitely can put thermogenesis there. So let me go ahead and play my hand out. All right, and then we'll do her. Oh, salute. All right, Tusk, when the watering hole becomes empty. That ain't happening anytime soon. Opportunistic, after any new species forages. Ooh, yeah, definitely want to do that. So we need to be able to forage. So the opportunistic is going to feed him. The forage, we'll put 1 here, which will put us at 4. So, but we need 3 more. Need 3 more. That sucks, because I'd have to put both of these traits. Well, I can increase the size and then put 1 of these. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to put 1 of those. I'm going to discard the other one to increase my size. Do I increase my population too? Or do I add tusked? I don't think tusk is going to come in handy. I mean, it gives me 2 defense. I can use it for the defense. No, I think we're going to use this. We'll increase our population. So we should be good because we can forage, add to our thermogenesis. We're good to go. So her first card is I keep saying pelican. That's a freaking condor or vulture, one or the other. No, because we are not in the right round. Nope, that's the same symbol. All right, so this is the symbol I was talking about. Okay, so if a hunter would be given this as a trait, it's no longer a hunter. It's here, can't use it. Not there, here. That's his last one, thermogenesis. All right. It is the tiger. It can do that, so this becomes a hunter. Do that just so we remember. That's a hunter. I honestly don't know why you need that to show that you're a hunter, because that gets flipped over to a hunter. The gear there, but it's already full. Leaf, no. So we're really just looking for population or size increase. And then the gear, no. So a lot of cards that she can't use. Now she can use those, of course, to discard to get more food. So that is possible. So let me see here. There was a thing about her in thermogenesis. Species given thermogenesis, it immediately discards it. Oh, sorry. So it immediately discards it. Decreases its size, it can't. Or no, I'm sorry, if it's red, it would decrease its size. If it was blue, it would increase the size. So okay, so it just immediately got rid of it, which means actually it would have put one of these cards. Oh, that was my promo. Homeothermic Hunter was the promo. So it would have put the gear then. Would have put the gear. Oops, sorry. She used this, so that would have gotten discarded. Actually, no, she wouldn't have turned into a hunter because she can't place this card. So she wouldn't have turned into a hunter. She couldn't place that card because this card it's 4, it's 3. Yeah. Well, let me double check the solo rules. Red icon gives this species a hunter trait if not a hunter. If the species already has 3 traits, shuffle its existing trait cards and randomly discard. Okay, so it does still become a hunter. I thought she always becomes a hunter. All right. Oh dang it! One of them's brown. We'll discard that one. She does become a hunter. All right. Here we go. All right, we're gonna forage. So I'm gonna forage with this one. Once per round when foraging, you discard a card to forage twice. I don't have a card to discard, so I'm gonna forage once. I get 2 because of my size. I'm gonna feed this one. I put this one here. Opportunistic. When any of your species forages or hunts, I can eat. It eats 2. Do I have to eat 2? Because they won't be hungry, which means I can't do this. Let me see. Do I have to eat? That's a question. Is card text optional? Trigger traits. They have a mandatory ability that gets activated when their trigger condition is met. The ability will activate anytime the condition is met, regardless of whose turn it is. All right, so let's reverse that. I don't want this one. I want this one to go first. So it's going to forage first. which then gets that. And then the opportunistic comes in and does that, and the extra food just doesn't do anything. All right. Then they get to eat. Forage or hunt with one hungry species. I don't remember if she prefers foraging over hunting. Rennie will always forage first. That's what I thought. I was trying to remember. She forages first, so she's going to. Let me put these on here. There we go. This one's missing one. Right. So she's going to forage first. So we'll have her forage with this one. And comes back to me. So I'm going to forage with this one. Goes there. She's going to forage with this one. Oh, this one here. Sorry, this one should have eaten already because it has opportunistic as well. Yeah, all right. So back to me. I'm going to forage one more time, which is that. And we have eaten what everybody can eat. There are no more hungry animals. So now we are going to check our warmth level. Yeah, in the feeding. So we need 7. And I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 2, 6, 7, 8. So we are good. We didn't lose any of our animals. Yay. All right. And then she fed her 3. There we go. All right. Can't do -1 to her sizes because she's all at 1. All right. So we are on to round 3 of 4. And we got 2 towards the cold. Yeah, it's cooling down. 1, 2. All right. So it's warm. So she's still on the red side, pink side, this side here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pretty much do this because that's what the bot does. So I'm thinking, you know, that's the best ratio. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. That could be a horrible ratio. All right, so that. There. All right, we both get another species. She has ran out of room with species over here. When played, add the hunter and nocturnal to Bill. So Bill is a nocturnal hunter. Give him a. Yeah, I don't get the point of the hunter cards. I really don't. Except for just to make it more identifiable. But I mean, these are big red. I'm not even using these. They're big red cards. Like, how can you miss it? So we need to give it, add the hunter. Probably not the hypothermic hunter. Probably the regular. Oh, yeah, regular hunter. Okay, there we go. That's why. That's the regular hunter. So it gets the hunter and the nocturnal. I don't know which deck nocturnal is. Well, I guess I could look here. Opportunist, horn, clawed, scavenge. No, that means it must be one of the new cards. Nocturnal. All right, so that is nocturnal. Nocturnal can only be hunted by a species with nocturnal. Well, that's great. And Bill was going to want to turn into a hunter anyways. Like, all of his stuff is red, so he was gonna be a hunter no matter what, it seems. And then she gets 1 population. I get same thing in one population. Let's put them on, maybe put them up here. Give myself a little bit more room. All right, so let's see here. What do we got? We do need to put some more food in there, though. So we put 10 more food. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I understand why there's so much food out there now, right? Because you have to get it into your thermoregulator. So again, we already have the combo for this. We can afford actually one more here. We can actually afford one more population here because we're going to get 2 automatic from this. One when we feed to get our thermogenesis, right? Or thermoregulation. And then the opportunistic will come in and give us 2 meat. And then this one forages twice. So we have underground hoarding. So this species we need to get up to 4. Right now we're at 1. That would get us to 3. That'd get us to 3. We do have nocturnal. I was going to say it can only be hunted by a species with nocturnal. Oh, they already have it. Clawed. +2 when eating. And opportunistic. After any species forages or hunts, it gets 2. So it's kind of the same as that other one. All right, we need to get, before we do any of these other ones, we need to get, let's do the underground hoarding. And so I forget, I can go up to 4. But I'm thinking I want to discard. I'm going to discard. I'm not going to discard opportunistic. I think I want to keep that opportunistic because that's like an auto feeder. Let's get rid of nocturnal because it doesn't do me any good since they have a nocturnal to get another population here. I can feed up to 2 here just with opportunistic. If I increase this to, I need 4 though. Sorry, I need 4. I think I'm going to discard that and play that to go up to 2. Or do I discard this? There's a lot of food in there. I don't know if we're going to run out of food. That's the question. That's the question. Will we run out of food? She hasn't increased any of her population yet. And her size has been 1 this whole time. Debating, do I want to just discard this? It would give me 1 block and 2 attack. Which would give me 2. Right now I'm at 3 block. That has 0. That's a hunter, has no attack. This one only has attack if we're in cold, frigid, or ice. We are not. Oh no, frigid or ice. So all of them, their attack value is based on their size. So all of her attack is 1. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm going to get rid of that instead to get that. Yeah. All right. Back to her. So, plants. I don't even need to look at these 3 because they don't do anything. Plant gets added. So that is their 3rd one. So now they have defensive herder as their final trait there. So I'm really only looking for. Oh, sorry. Card was before that. This one was before that. So this one will increase in size. All right. So yeah, I'm looking for either that plant or the other. I'm looking for the 2 plants or really anything for this side. The pelicans are no good. Or the condors or whatever these are. There's the other plant. All right. So that goes to this one. Discards. Oh, I said I didn't need it, but now this one has an attack of 2. Her hunter has an attack of 2. Gear. This one does have a gear. Okay, so it is now fast. Plants. This one. That one's going to increase in size again. Oh, no. Can she only increase in size once per round? I think she can only increase in size once per round. Oh, no, if it's maximum size. Okay. It's not maximum size. Okay. 3. No more of those leaves. Gear. Condor. Gear. Stupid leaf. So now this is max size. This has an attack of 4. Oish. Put that in the wrong deck. Put that in the wrong deck too. Dang it. All right. So let me do my combo. So I'm going to feed here. I can feed 2. So I get 2. 1, 2. Opportunistic comes in. That gets fed. This opportunistic comes in. That gets fed. Her opportunistic kicks in. So that gets fed. So at least we know that that hunter is not coming after me. Yay. All right. So this is her first one. It is going to forage for 2. It only needs 1. Because it has nowhere to store it. Back to me. I'm going to forage with this one. So 2. Right. She's going to forage with this one. 1. Nowhere to store it. I'm going to forage for my last one. So again, I have 2, but only need 1. And then she's going to forage for her last one. There. Right? No. Does a hunter have to hunt? No, it says she will forage before she hunts. There you go. Rainy will always forage first if you can. Rainy will first eat with the species that will provide her with the most food by foraging. If 2 or more are tied, she will eat with the leftmost oldest species. Rainy cannot take a forage action. She will hunt, starting with the leftmost oldest species that can hunt. Oh, here you go. No, this is a hunting species. Sorry. Good right there. Rainy will choose which species feeding would hunt in this order. She will eat the species that loses her the least population across all of her species. She will prefer to eat one of your species before she eats her own. So basically, she's going to try to eat one of mine. And if she can't, because she can't actually eat it, then she'll go after her own. So, this is 1 defense. That's 0 defense, but it's fast. She's fast, so unfortunately, she can eat this one. It really doesn't matter which one she eats of mine. She eat this one. She can't eat this one because technically she can eat this one too. No, this one she can't because my defense is 5 here. She can't eat this one. My defense is 3, so she can eat that one and there. So we'll just have her eat this one. So that goes there instead. All right. Now we look to see, are we above 4? We are at 2, 3, 4. Fine, we're plenty. Plenty good. We're plenty good here. And then 2, 4, plenty good there. Get our points. And this goes... I forget where the dead go. I forget where the dead go. I don't know where we send the dead. Michael, hey, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening, sir. It's been a while since I played this. I'm rule booking it. But this is the new climate module. It reminds me a lot of the tundra, except for the weather can go either way. It's kind of like the tundra and the Sahara together. I didn't think the Sahara was a set yet. I think that's one of the future expansions. But it feels like those two combined. So it's kind of weird. All right, hunting. Here we go. No. Oh, starving. Show that was killed. Will be added to. Okay, no, that was for starving. Sorry. Oh no, okay, sorry. This gets added my new species. That's what. Okay, I was trying to remember. I thought it did. Okay. So start of the round, fourth round, final round. We did not have any extinctions. We're gonna move 2 towards 1, 2. So we don't even have to worry about dying this time because there's no climate. There is no climate change today. So I could, and something you can do as a free action, you can get rid of these other cards. I don't know if I'll want to or not. So she is going to first get all of her points. We are now green, so her populations don't go down, which is kind of a bad thing for this hunter. Or since she has this hunter. Because, yeah, as we just saw, I can't defend against that. So I guess we'll need to see what cards I get and see if I can defend against it. Alright, so she gets a scavenger, and the scavenger starts with no cards. But we're round 4, so she has less icons on a lot of these cards. Alright, and then I am 1. I don't know where to put this. Trying to see where I can put it so you guys can see it, but unfortunately I've ran out of table space, pretty much. Pretty much. So let's move you guys all over. It's the last round, so it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, so we do get an extra population because she killed our population. It's kind of like a little catch-up mechanic, more or less. Alright, we draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, I don't think I want that many from that deck, because we don't have any weather to do. I don't think I want anything from that deck. I think I want all standard cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Because I don't need anything. Now, I could make one of mine a hunter. But I don't have any extra claws. So maybe I'll see what these cards are. I mean, she's going to do... So she doesn't get that luxury of knowing that it's in that particular thing. She always draws 3 and 2. And we shuffle. All right, let's see here. Where are we going? So, Avid Forge may forge 1 additional time. So this is another promo card. That was from the Kickstarter. We do have Plated, which I did say about not wanting that to be able to get any of my peoples. Right now it attacks for 4. That's all it'll ever attack for. It is fast, so of course it can get that one as well. This is an auto feeder. I think I'm going to add the auto feeder here, because that auto feeds that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's good. This is 3. We're going to discard that to take this up to 3. So now we're at 3, 4. So it won't attack that one. I'm trying to make it so that it won't hunt any of my people. So this one's auto-fed. It's good to go. So 3... Except for this one. Sorry, this one's not good. I need to get at least 4. So we're going to put Plated here. And then I'm going to discard this to make this a 3. And then we're going to add Clawed, which will give us +1, so now we're at 4. we're good to go. All right, let's see what happens. She may prove me wrong. All right, unfortunately, she didn't get to decrease any of her population because it was not in the warm. Should have been helpful. Actually, sorry, she only decreases when it's in hot, not warm. So, the condor, so that will go there. So now she is an opportunistic, fast. Does not change. Gotta look at the, I'm sorry, gotta look at this last column now. So that is there. The condor again. Here. The gear. Here. The panther. Panther here. Oh, she's gonna be banking some points. Oh, this is not good. I didn't think about that now she's gonna like spam her populations. Oh no. She's just getting bigger size. She's not, the only thing that's gotten her population will be this plant symbol. Oh, and all the cards need that same plant symbol. So actually, no, these aren't worth points for her. Leaf. Nope. Gear. That's already at max. Nope. And a leaf again. But it's not the double leaf. The double leaf was the one I was afraid of. Nope. So that's it. That's all she's got. That's all she wrote. All right. So, beating time. So, I don't need to put any food on thermoregulation this time because it's not needed where we are in the climate track. So, I'm just going to forage with this one, which means that this forage is 3. It only needs 2. Opportunistic kicks off. So this one is fed. Opportunistic kicks off here. This one is fed. Scavenging after any species hunts. Okay, so I need to wait till somebody hunts, which would be... Oh, I was thinking it was auto feed. Which, well, will, because hers are going to hunt, so he auto feeds. All right. But they do have opportunistic as well. So this one is not hunting. All right. Then comes over to her. She's going to forage before anything else. So she does that. Comes back to me. Mine technically can forage. So I guess we'll just forage. Whoop. Comes back to her. She's going to forage. Let me double check. I don't think you take as many as your when it forages, it eats plants from the watering hole equal to its size plus any additional amount indicated in its trace. It says based on its size, but it doesn't say you're supposed to leave any behind. So I'm going to say you're not supposed to. So I'm going to say that would have gone away. And then I would say 3 more would have gone away with this one. And then that was a 1, so that's fine. So back to me, I'm going to forage again. So I didn't even need to use my auto feed. Back to here, it's going to try to forage first. So it's going to forage there. I'm going to take the last one. Mine are all fed. She's going to try to eat. She can't eat any of mine. Mine are all protected. I have at least 4 defense. So then she's going to look at which one is going to not cause her to lose points. Unfortunately, no matter what she eats is going to make her lose points, and it doesn't matter. So at that point, who does she eat? Who does she eat if they're all going to make her lose points? Who are you going to eat? Let's see here. Hunting. Shoot a species that loses her the least population. She'll eat. One is your size 4. That will kill 4 of Rainey's population. The other is her own and kill 1 population. If they're tied, she'll try to eat the smallest size dial of the species. All right, so that's these 2, and I'm going to guess she's not going to go after the other hunter. We'll just say this is the one she eats. So that's one she eats. All right, climate, don't need to worry about. Gather our points. 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 More points. 1, 2... Oh, this population went extinct. Which she would bring back on the next round, but that's not happening, so it's no big deal. And then normally you would get your extra size and all that stuff from it, but in this one you would draw a card, but Rainy, she does not draw a card, so that just doesn't happen. All right, so now we're going to add up our points. I beat her easily. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I had 20. So yeah, easily beat that one. Let me go ahead and flip over and do my first impressions of this expansion. I don't always do first impressions of expansion. I figured I will on this one. So first thing is components. The components are fine. They're what they are. I do say that the board just is, it's too big for what it is, for its purpose. When you consider that most of the regular watering holes are only like this big. So I feel like that could have been done slightly bit different. I know they wanted Deluxe 5, they want to make it, you know, a big thing. One thing I did notice, and I don't know if I like this or dislike this, I think it's more of an OCD thing. It is a wedge of multiple pieces instead of a single chunk. I don't know if that's because it's cheaper to manufacture, if it's recycling. If it's recycling, yeah, because I do know that is one of their things is try to use recyclable components, and maybe that's what it is. These are like leftover thin slivers from something else, but it's just a weird thing. The animal meeples are full pieces of wood, so it always confuses me when they choose one method versus the other. The rulebook was fine. They did mention in the Kickstarter that there was, or the game found where the crowdfunding is, that there was a missing thing about drawing cards. But I mean, it's the same as any other game, so it's, I don't know. I just, if a rule's not there, I just assume play with the main game. They did give a climate solo player aid. Again, I like this player aid. They did have a player aid for the actual one. Oh, I was completely playing that wrong. Your protection is based on the size of your population. So when I was getting bigger populations, I actually had less sun protection than I thought by 1. But it still didn't matter because both of those had the thermoregulation. So there's a rule mistake I made. So again, I needed that on the front where I was doing it instead of the back. Neither here nor there. The mechanics. So the mechanics on this one, I kind of mentioned, it's the same as the Tundra. You're basically forcing the evolution of the species to be able to protect yourself from, in this case, the climate. In the Tundra, it was, of course, the cold. So the way it plays out is basically identical. The only difference is on this one, you do get an extra card. So you have 4, so you don't feel like pressured, like that, oh, I'm going to take up a space and lose a space. But at the same time, like when I was in the hot was 8, right? So you needed an 8 or was it 7? I forget. I either need 7 or 8 to be able to survive. So that's a lot that you have to get, meaning that extra card space may be needed because you're going to need 2 cards that allow you to do that. The solo bot is fine. I don't see it any more difficult to control. You just have to remember the flipping when the certain weather, and remembering that if it gets the hot or scorching, she loses population. But then that kind of leads into the dice, right? So same as with the Tundra, you have dice. So you have to roll the dice. You never know what's going to happen. In my case, right, we basically were playing hot the whole time, right? And then the last 2 rounds pushed it back to the temperate climate. So that's a randomness factor that can't be adjusted or mitigated. In the Tundra, it's got dice. There's another die in there for another expansion, another module. I forget which one it is. So that is something to be, cognizant of. Difficulty, this one was rated as a complexity 5 module. I don't know why. Maybe just because, like I said, there's that extra thinkiness of planning out your animals and their evolution to make sure that you have enough to survive, is where they're adding the complexity. But like, I didn't feel like this was any more complex than the other ones. But again, I've already played Tundra once, and I played Tundra with natural disasters, which, again, I don't remember if the gameplay was good or bad. I imagine it was a disaster because most of my gameplays are. So I wouldn't say it was that much more difficult than the other module. But again, I don't know what that module, well, let me see. What was Tundra? So again, the one I played was based on what nobody else had really played yet, which is kind of out. Okay, so Tundra was a 4. So yeah, if you've played Tundra, then I wouldn't say this is more difficult. If you haven't played Tundra, well, shoot, Flight's a 4. Rainforest is a 4. Okay, Jurassic is the only one that's a 1. All the other ones are 4, so I guess 4 just means it's the maximum of whatever it says on BGG is, which I don't think this is that high. Fun and 2, we have not played this at 2. I've only played it solo both times. I enjoy it solo. I can't say it's like a favorite game of all time. The puzzle is here. In this case, like I said, I felt like I beat her a little bit too easily because she never got any population cards. So again, it's kind of that randomness factor as well, right? If the bot doesn't get cards that help them get a larger population, they're not going to eat more. And if they don't eat more, then, right, they're not going to get additional food. So same thing as like when they're hunting, right? Is if she were to hunt with a higher population, she would, of course, kill more of my animals. And that didn't happen because she was only ever at 1 population across the board. So I don't know which one of the modules you would have to add to make the solo more, not to say punishing, but more competitive, I guess is what I want to say, and to where she's actually getting enough points. I'd have to go back and watch the first video to see how I did on those. I don't remember if I won or not. It's been so long. Last is the theme. The theme, of course, is nature. I like nature. It is about evolution and whatnot, but it's more of a abstract evolution. That's one thing I think I mentioned during my first impressions is the art, and having a species doesn't always really work well together. It'd probably work better if it was just I know you want to have art of animals. It's what you want to have, but I think the abilities and all would work better if it was just like an ability or an art showing the ability, right, instead of the animals. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Now the theme for the climate, I kind of right. There's a weatherboard and there's a sun and there's snow and there's icons. I mean, I in no way did I feel like, it's cold, I need to get cold things, or it's hot, I need to get hot things. It was, no, I need to get these icons to make it the right amount. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's dripping in theme in any way. It's more of a puzzle that you're trying to solve with a bunch of animals, which I like animals. I like nature. There we go, guys. That is the nature solo for the climate module. If you want to see more nature playthrough, let me know down in the comments. If I made any rules mistakes, and I probably did, of course, let me know those down in the comments. If you want to watch any future playthrough, because I've got a couple other ones. Well, I've only got 2 scheduled for this week. I've got to get Friday Leviathan Wild set up, but tomorrow I've got Marvel United, And Friday evening, we're doing Vantage. We got a review copy of Vantage, so me and Audrey will be playing that. Saturday night, we'll be painting again. And then next Monday, I don't know what that'll be. You guys can, again, subscribe, and you'll see what I schedule. I usually schedule them on Sundays. So, yeah, you'll get lots of notifications saying, hey, come out and see me and watch me and all that stuff. Anyway, guys, it is what it is. And until next time, peace.